All right, race fans, here we are, day 2, trying to take off this axle nut. Had to go to the store and buy some stuff. These are adapters. I'm gonna use this for my impact gun. There's the socket I needed, 46 millimeter socket for the axle. And I also needed a breaker bar with a 3/4 inch drive to fit this 3/4 inch drive socket. So, one day later, 3 new tools, and I'm still going to need to put an extension pipe on this torque wrench to get this, or not torque wrench, but this breaker bar to get this axle nut off, because this 18-inch breaker bar is not going to provide enough torque. So I got to look for a pipe around here that'll fit over that breaker bar. Alright, here we go, day 2, YouTube. I'm just going to try it without the breaker, without the cheater pipe. See if I can get it. Nope. Cheater pipe. Put on some safety glasses, just in case something comes flying off, something breaks. You never know. Better to be safe than sorry. Looks like I'm going to have to put a lock or something to keep the car from moving. Luckily I have this thing right here. There we go. That's how you do it, YouTube. Get yourself a long pipe. Now you're good. Alright, we're back here. Got the car up on the jack stand. Let's take this wheel off. Turns out these were on there a little bit tighter than I expected. Probably because wherever I took them, my car last, the guy who put them on used an impact gun. With a lot more pressure than I got. I got this little 135 PSI air compressor. And you know, at the shops, they probably got those big ones, industrial size ones. So anyways, I had to bust out the breaker bar just to get these loose, which means I had to put the car back down on the ground. So the wheel wouldn't spin. That way I don't put that much pressure on the gears. Anyways, alright. Back. Alright, got the axle nut off. Messed up the threads a little bit in the process. But we're good. Now let's take a look to see what's going on in here. Give you guys a little bit of a closer look. Get an idea. Oh, that's what happened. Broken brake parts, looks like. You guys can see that. Here better. This thing here. Well, I have the handbrake pulled, so that's why there's this tension here on this spring, on this cable. But where this attaches, thinking it attaches up here, and then there's a little pin that goes through there that keeps it in place, and then there's this spring. It looks like the spring broke. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I'm gonna have to buy a repair kit for the brakes. The pads got a lot of, oh, looks like this got some oil on them. So I might have to replace the brake shoes. I don't know if you see this boot right here came off. So that's going to cause brake fluid to leak into my wheels, drum. Yeah, this piece goes across here like this, and the spring is broken here, so gonna have to take that out. Just have to replace everything. So this spring here broke. So a couple other pieces here. This looks like this broke as well. It's supposed to have another little section here, just like the other side, and there's only one side. So that's what holds the pin on, that holds the emergency brake thing on. This also broke too. There's a little tab here at the end that holds on this thing. So that broke too. So looks like we're gonna have to get a new brake kit. So get that taken care of. Alright, so this is the culprit right here. This is the piece that broke. And this is what it holds on. This slides on over that, and that holds the emergency brake lever to the brake shoe. So this little piece breaking right here caused all this. This is pretty cheap metal, and you have to bend it to get it to lock. So that causes it to also weaken. This is a bent spring. And see what else is going on here. This boot came off the wheel cylinder. That could also cause problems. Alright YouTube, we are back. As you can see, I got me some assistants here. They're a little bit busy eating right now though, so we'll have to see how much they help out. Got some brake cleaner, sprayed down the backing plate and a few other places as much as I could clean up with the brake cleaner and a rag. Sprayed the brake drum down too. I ended up getting some new brake pads and hardware parts. Went down to the parts store and picked up some brake hardware. I don't know where these are made. Probably in China. Doesn't say here. But this is going to be all the hardware. Springs and stuff like that. Picked this up over at V Parts in National City. There you go. See all the springs and clips and stuff like that in there. So I got to replace that. Also picked up had to rent some new shoes. Got a new set of brake shoes. This is the other piece I was talking about. These are the clips and the pins that hold on the emergency brake lever. One of the things that I decided to do was change the brake pads, and this is part of the reason why. They're not worn out evenly, and they got a lot of grease and stuff on them, so I don't want that. Clean and dry. So I use brake parts cleaner, engine degreaser, penetrating catalyst, powerful rust penetrating catalyst. I sprayed this on the brake adjustment stars here. I don't know if you can see this here, but the square part is different from the bottom half. The square part goes into the top, goes into the brake wheel cylinder. Alright, YouTube fans, VW bus heads. These brake shoes are made in China, and this pin here for the emergency brake lever does not fit through this hole here the way it's supposed to. So I'm gonna have to drill this hole a little bit bigger so I can get this pin in there, or else I won't be able to get the emergency brake on. I'm pretty sure I shouldn't have to do this, but I don't see myself doing anything wrong, so it must be a faulty part, even though these are brand new. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Alright, YouTube, let me show you what I did before my battery dies. Put this clip on, and with some pliers I pinched it so it stays on there. So this is, I'm squeezing it so that way it doesn't come off. There's also a wavy washer on the other side that applies pressure to keep the pressure on the clip so it doesn't slide off. But just for extra added measure, you can pinch this and keep it from sliding off. This is what failed on me last time. This is what broke. And that's going to get the e-brake lever on the rear brake pad. And then we got to put the spring and the other brackets on. But I'm going to go ahead and charge the battery on my phone to do that. I just finished putting the brakes all back together. This is the hardest spring to get in. So what I say is put the spring on both pads before you put them on the wheel. So put the springs on both pads and then put that onto the whole thing. You got to make sure these are lined up. See, it's straight now. You want to have an equal distance here so the pads wear evenly. This is how all the springs go. I only have these two left. These are probably the easiest ones. This is the hardest one. Hit me up if you have questions on how I did this. This comes in from the back. There's a hole back there in the back of the backing plate. You slide it through, and you want to have it in a straight line. So anyways, so I got these other pliers here, and I'm gonna get it in the notches of the pliers, and there's a slot in there. I don't know if you guys can see that slot, and that's what's going to keep this is going to keep it on. So you can turn it with your hand in the back, and boom, we're in. Turned so that way the clip holds it on, and there's a dimple inside the clip to keep this thing from spinning. And all right, race fans, pretty much done here. Last piece you have to do is adjust the brake. It's here. There's 2 stars. You turn it in opposite directions. One goes one way, the other one goes the other. Jack your car up and turn the wheel until you start to feel drag from the brake shoes, and then back it off a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and drive it to set the brake shoes so they're even, and then adjust again.